Yo, peace, peace, peace. Peace, peace, peace. Another pop-up live stream. I've done it again. Base Chris is back in the building. I'm back. I'm here to stay. Come on. Wait for my people to get up in the stream. Shout out to my people. Still got our application for monetization under review. You know what I'm saying? But I'm walking in it as if I'm already monetized. You know what I'm saying? This year, we're going for the 100K. What's good, Nikki? All right, can everybody hear me? All right, we good. Mic levels is good. What's good, Nikki? Shall we get into it? I already got a video ready for y'all. It's already loaded up. You know what I'm saying? I ain't playing. Where's everyone at? That's a great question, Nikki. I don't know, man. YouTube. I can't control it, man. That's one thing I can't control is YouTube sending out my notifications. I didn't even upload a video today, so should be, fresh notifications today. Because you only get like 3 a day. I can upload 10 videos, you only get notifications for 3. Which I don't necessarily agree with that. It is what it is. Hi Chris, looks like everyone is asleep or SensorTube isn't sending out notifications as usual. Yeah. I'm probably gonna give it one more try. I'm gonna give it like 5 more minutes, and then I'll restart the stream with a different title. We'll see how that works. Well, it's good, Ernest and Zimta. First time I've seen y'all up in here. Y'all subscribe from the if y'all can from the community post. All right, 4 people in here. What's good, Fast Eddie? Yeah, we just wait for my people to get in here. My feet are hella cold, man. Sucks. Yeah, man, I just want to talk about the current state of society, man. Like, do y'all feel it's getting better? Or do y'all feel like each and every day it's getting worse? I feel like it's getting worse every day. Especially where, in California. The highest cost of living. They pay you the least amount of money. Just saw the video title, Fat Acceptance is one huge joke. Pun intended. Yeah, Fat Acceptance is really cringe, man. They just want you to bow down to their belief, and it's people are getting demonized for not liking fat women and stuff like that, or even fat men. I think that I guess we just got 4, man. I feel like for some people it's getting worse, and for others it's getting better depending on where you live. Yeah, that's true as well. Hmm. 5 people. why does YouTube hold like every comment for review? You know, you didn't even say anything bad. Bro, there's a little in life that is worth anything anymore. Marriage is a joke for men. Life is just a struggle for those who just don't want to live to work. Yeah. Yeah, it is, man. I'm kind of at that point right now. I don't want to well work to live. You know what I'm saying? Like I just don't want to have like a 9 to 5 just to like to survive. I think that's like a really cruel way to live life. That's like it's very demeaning to live like that. Just you just work and paycheck to paycheck, or even if you don't live paycheck to paycheck and you got a 9 to 5 job or a solid career, but if you don't enjoy what you do, it's like what's the point? Like you're literally wasting your life every day, and that's just most people. Like majority of people just work and they don't enjoy what they do. The goal is really to work, get money, and then save that money to do something that you actually want to do so you can leave that job. Most people don't make it to that point at all. That's the sad part, really. I mean, a lot of people are live. I mean, let's see. I might have just went live at the wrong time. Angry Man's live. Um, okay, we got 9 people in the building. YouTube has finally let my people in. Okay. Progress. I think we had it better as far as life in the early 1900s. Yeah. Back then, like, back in the early 1900s, bro, you could buy a house for like 20, 40 grand. Bro, you can't buy anything for it. You can't buy no house, 20, 40. Like, some people spend 20 grand just remodeling their kitchen. Like, come on, bro. You can't get nothing for that. Like, it's tragic. It is tragic, man. There's a lot of people just living paycheck to paycheck, you know, and all they can afford to really is pay their rent and their car insurance, their gas bill, their water bill. There's so many people right now that are living with their parents, including me. Like I live with my parents. I'm not scared to admit it, dude. Like a lot of people, a lot of young folks, especially people from between the age of 20 to like 30 maybe, are either living with their parents or they live with roommates. Like it's really hard to buy a house. It's very, very hard to do that. What's good, Red Cell? My brother Solitaire. Chris 07, I can't stay, have to get back to work. Just wanted to check in, keep rising. Appreciate that, man. I wish YouTube would send out my notifications. But have a good day at work, man. I'm a mod you because I know you being I know you're I didn't mean to pin that. I know you be in Hammerhand stream and stuff like that. So got to be out the house every very early tomorrow, earlier than usual. Just wanted to show some love, brother. Take it easy. Appreciate it, Red Cell. Yeah, I just went live, man. Um I just hate to say that I have nothing else to do, but like that's pretty much the truth. I mean, I don't want y'all to think like I'm just going live because like, oh man, I'm just bored. Like I need to go live because I want to, you know. But I'm not necessarily what you would call a streamer. I barely even make content like that. Really. Let's see, hold on. See something. Okay. Here's my Cash App and stuff like that. I'm gonna post this in the chat. Appreciate that, Fast Eddie. But yeah, here's my Cash App, PayPal. If I want to donate to the stream, I should be monetized soon. So we're just waiting for YouTube to get back with your boy. And then, we're gonna get straight to it from there, man. Right now I'm trying to slow down on my content because it seems like the more I upload, the more I get punished. So I'm probably gonna start doing 2-3 videos a week instead of doing 3 videos a day sometimes, which is quite insane. Let's see. Think before you sleep exposed. The hell. So what is the drive what drives you to make content? So pretty much what drive me to make content, I remember I was talking to one of my coworkers and I was telling him like how I really want to help people. I always want to help people. And my brother put me on to the Red Pill and Red Pill content creators like Steph is Cold, AMS. I really don't watch them anymore because I pretty much excelled from that level 1 Red Pill or whatever. It's like beginner stuff. And you know, I'm really at a better place, a better mind state, and I don't really care to date or know how to manipulate a woman and stuff like that. I don't really care to know that stuff or even do it really. And from there, I just started making my own content. I was reacting to videos, mental compilations, red pill compilations, and then yeah, I just started reacting to what I wanted to react to, and I just had I had a lot to say, so I figured that I'll make YouTube videos about it, record myself. I got a webcam. I had my little computer, put my webcam on top of my computer, and then I just started from there, downloaded OBS. I pretty much taught myself how to edit anything YouTube wise. Nobody helped me. I just want y'all to know that. Nobody helped me. Nobody shouted me out. Nobody helped me at all. Everything I know is self-taught. Like I taught myself how to do everything when it comes to YouTube. Nobody really sat down with me and mentored. No. I did it myself. So I think that just goes to show you anything you want to do, you can do it, bro. You just gotta put the time in and be willing to learn and look it up on YouTube. Really, YouTube has taught me a lot. That's why I love the platform, but there's a lot of stuff that I hate. But YouTube has really it's changed my life. Just learning wise and just learning more about the world and society. It's crazy. What's good, Sultan? Kind of mental, yeah. So I would consider myself mental right now. I haven't had a girlfriend since, damn, it's been a minute. I haven't had a girlfriend for like 2018. I haven't slept with a girl in years. Last physical interaction I had with a girl was probably maybe 3 years ago. So yeah, I would consider myself mental, bro. I would definitely consider myself mental, red pill. Now would I am I interested in sleeping with the woman? I mean, what man doesn't want to sleep with the woman? It's in our natural imperative to want to sleep with a woman, to want to spread our seed. So maybe one day I might get back out there. I don't know. For now, no, it's not really a priority for me. I'm not oh man, wake up, I want to have sex and shit like that. Of course I have my moments. Every man has his moment. Even a woman has her moment when she wants to have sex and do shit like that and lust. But I don't know, man. I have bigger the main thing I think about the most is my YouTube channel and finding a career. Those are the top 2 things I think about. And of course my spirituality as well. So damn, I've been talking for a long time. We haven't even watched the video. We have to see this. This is why I don't know, man. This is why I don't know if people really like my streams. I'm gonna be real with you, because sometimes I can go on a rant, and that's why I'm better at content creating. I need to get better at streaming though. I will eventually, but I don't know. Let's get into it.
So when I was in 4th grade, I was 4 feet tall. I was 144 pounds. And
Wait a second. Hold on. Wait. Gotta plug in my stream deck here. So if I want to start recording. Oh. Okay. 11 people in the building. Okay, they let my people in. slowly but surely. What the hell?
My doctor told me that I was morbidly obese, and it was a very like self-image wrecking thing for me because he used language that made it seem like I needed to change as opposed to just assessing where I was.
Is this where we are today? Have young people been so gaslit about health that they believe it's perfectly fine to be an obese 9-year-old? Do they not teach biology or health class in school anymore? Also, what kind of parent allows their 9-year-old to gain that much weight? Why is this guy offended that his doctor did what a doctor is supposed to do and told him to take care of his health? So many questions. Anyway, this is Jubilee's Odd One Out, which is a show that I never thought I would have a reason to cover, other than the one with that really annoying vegan girl. But everyone has already reacted to that one, so there's no point. Odd One Out is a show where Jubilee gets a group of people, picks a topic, and has one faker who does not fit into that group. In this episode, everyone is blindfolded and our 6 contestants have to figure out which one of them is not obese. The game works in a series of rounds. If the plus-size people catch the faker, then the remaining players split the money. If they get it wrong, the faker gets all the money. Usually when people react to these episodes, the audience can kind of play along, but since you can already tell who the liar is just by looking, instead of playing a game, we're going to watch a bunch of people gaslight themselves and the audience about the complications that come along with not taking care of your diet. Let's go to round 1.
Where do you guys buy your jeans from?
I actually did just get a pair from Old Navy like a couple weeks ago, and I love it, but it's a little big in the waist, so I do have to take it in. I'm probably gonna tailor it though, so, but I do love Old Navy's jeans.
I'm still in the mentality when I was like 16, 17 and I could fit in a medium. So I'm like, oh, I can't go to the same stores. Like, I can't go to a mall and buy clothes anymore.
Okay. I'm probably quite a bit older than you, and I'm still the same pant size
But this
that
is
I was.
the thing, like, that could be changed. They're acting like if they're gonna be fat forever. Like, oh, once you get fat, like you can't lose weight. Like, that's what I hate. Like, people feel like it's just laziness, really. People get content and they get complacent, and they're like, you know what? Because being fat is easy. Being fat is comfortable. You know what I'm saying? You can eat whatever you want. You don't have to watch out what you're eating. You can have any type of diet. You know, you could just eat anything. That's why gluttony is a sin in the Bible, because it takes, there's no discipline in it. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing good that comes from being fat. There's nothing good at all.
17. Why is her take like, well, I'm 25, I'm basically a senior citizen now, and I can't do the things I used to do?
We are so...
It's all good, Cohen.
It's like she's completely given up on life before it's even started. And one thing that is immediately noticeable when these obese people talk about their lives is just how many inconveniences they put themselves through instead of making a change. For example, having to tailor clothes is a pretty big topic of discussion in round 1.
I just thrift most of my clothing, and like I have a tailor for my pants anyway.
Shout
like
out
back
to the
in,
tailors.
yeah, 100%. Especially when I'm back home. I'm 15 minutes outside of New York City, so I usually just commute in there. There's this one thrift store, I don't know if anybody's been, called the L Train, and like that is really good for carrying bigger sizes. Back in my actual hometown, I can go to my tailor very easily. It's like a 5-minute drive from my house.
Okay.
So I thrift probably 90% of my clothing, cheaper,
Nice.
saves energy, and like.
This guy already outed himself. I went to New York last year, and pretty much no one is obese there because you have to walk everywhere. As for the tailoring, sometimes tailoring is necessary if you're trying to get the best fit on a piece of clothing, or if your natural body shape, while thin, deviates from most people. But the fact that tailoring clothes just to get a basic fit was such a major topic of discussion in round 1 is pretty bad. Also, this guy Derek is really something else. Listen to his interview that Jubilee showed right at the start, almost as a way of calming down the fat acceptance hate mobs.
The reason that I chose to do this was mainly because it meant a lot to me to share the idea of like, as you transition away from being in a bigger body to potentially being in a skinnier body, that is not something that like makes you harder working or better at like achieving some sort of goal than the other person or another person that you may see.
He's already compromised, bro. Like, I'm starting to see this trend a lot, and I believe, you know, a lot of men, a lot of these soy males are getting it from the celebrities that they look up to and idolize. I'm starting to see a lot of men with the painting their fingernails, and they're like revolting and rejecting their masculinity, man. I'm not gonna lie to you, dude. Painting your fingernails is one of the most feminine things you can do. It's not masculine. It's not cool. It's just, I could say it's hip, but like, it's zesty. It's soy. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of men are trying to say, oh, you know, it's masculine. Like, please, man, don't get confused, bro. Any dude, don't listen to any dude that paints their fingernails, bro. Just don't. Do yourself a favor. If you look down at their nails and they're painted, just put on the mute button. Just mute them, bro. Mute them in real life, like the Click movie with Adam Sandler, whatever it's called.
In a plus size body.
What? Where did they find this guy? I can't believe he said that unironically. Derek is someone who used to be obese and is now thin, but it absolutely does mean you're harder working and more able to achieve a long-term goal than someone who is morbidly obese. In fact, if you're a guy who spent 2 years going from 300 pounds to 165 pounds, then I would say that not only are you more capable of achieving long-term goals than the average obese person, but you're also more capable of achieving long-term goals than the average person.
And going into it, I promised myself I wasn't going to tell any lies. I was going to be very truthful and speak on every kind of experience that I had had leading up to today. I wanted to make sure that what I was saying was stuff that I'd lived through. I think putting on a character would be disrespectful to the other people that were here today.
I've watched a lot of these over the years, and none of the fakers had to give a speech about how they felt guilty for playing the game. Now, another thing that is very noticeable in this video is how much the people in this contest are trying to lump plus-size people in with people who faced actual discrimination for traits about themselves they cannot change. I think putting on a character would be disrespectful to the other people that were here today. Disrespectful? He's literally acting like pretending to be obese to win a few bucks is like putting on blackface. Or he's acting like being overweight puts you in a minority group. Newsflash, most people in America are overweight or obese, meaning that they're the majority group and thin and healthy people are in the minority.
So really, we're the minority. The people that are not fat or obese, we are the minority. But these people, like, it's getting to the point now, chat, that if you don't like fat people, they're calling you racist. Let me repeat that. If you don't like fat people, they're calling you racist. So that means that fat people are now a race. You can't change being black. You can't change being white. You cannot change your ethnicity. You can change being fat. That is something that you can change. I've seen it happen. I've seen people that are overweight or not happy with their body lose the weight. It is possible. It is definitely possible.
Since woke logic is always based on which group has more people, it should be considered
Brother
offensive for
Toby
you
in
to
the
claim
chat.
that overweight people are oppressed. Alright, that concludes round 1, the most boring part of the game. Let's see who got voted off and gets to round 2.
Oh, man.
Oh wow, speaking of aesthetics, because I'm very into that topic, these aren't very good smiles. For a good smile, you want more of a U shape, and you want to incorporate your eyes into the smile. These ones are very horizontal, and that's why they don't look good. Technically, the guy on the left, Bradley, has the best one. The good news is that you can retrain that so you don't look like crap when you take photos. I'm not the best at this, so I don't feel qualified to teach it, but you can watch this video here if you want to learn more. Anyway, I thought that was an important tangent because in this era, knowing how to take good photos will get you ahead. Let's hear some woke stuff.
I feel bad
As
for
a
the
woman
cheers.
in a plus size theater community, it's like I always got the funny roles or the really unattractive roles. And I'm like, I'm big, that doesn't mean I'm hilarious. Like,
Girl, we could talk about this forever.
yeah, so that's
Yeah.
super powerful because performing and becoming into yourself, you either have to be overly confident and fake it till you make it, or it will tear you down.
Well, as a blah, 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 immediately when I hear someone say the words as a blank, my eyes roll over because every time a person does that, they're doing it not as a qualifier of their opinion, but instead they're listing off how you should see them as oppressed and therefore want you to agree with them,
Cherry strong
or
as
you're
hell,
a bad
Chad.
person who is invalidating their experience. It's never as
Made
an
out of
engineer or
vibranium.
as a neuroscientist or anything that would better qualify the opinion they're giving. Well, personally, as someone who is successful in the entertainment business, I have to say that the reason this plus-size person
That's
is
what
being
I'm saying,
typecast into this
The black girl, you're right. The black girl, not even like, honestly, she's still like big, but if she would lose a good like 50 pounds, she'd be thick. Should be thick. Hit a good, lose a good 50 pounds, hit the squats, actually work out. She'd be decent. I don't know what her face looked like, but like compared to these other people, she's not really even that big. That's just keeping it a buck.
the opinion they were giving.
I like my petite girls.
Personally, as someone who is successful in the entertainment business, I have to say that the reason this plus-size person is being typecast into the same role is because that's how people make money in entertainment. Did you ever notice that most of the successful actors play the same characters over and over? Very few of them have range like Johnny Depp or Heath Ledger and can play people who are entirely different from themselves. Also, if she doesn't like her typecast, then she can lose weight. Welcome to Hollywood. Actors have to change their body shape to get jobs all the time.
How do we all identify? Do we identify, like, what do we use to label ourselves if you have one?
P-H-A-T. Thank you.
Ooh, I like that.
Yeah.
I have a weird feeling about that one for some reason.
That was a pretty millennial-style reference for someone who looks like a Zoomer.
Like, and now they want to spell fat differently. Like, it still doesn't change. It still doesn't change the definition of fat. You're still fat. It doesn't matter. Like, you can call obesity, zbesity or whatever. You can give it a different name. It still means the same thing, bro. Like, you can keep coping all you want, but this is something that can be changed. And like I said before, fat people it's now a race. Like, they're not a race of people. Like, they're actually an ethnicity. Like, that's like me saying, "Oh man, I'm black. Man, I want to change my race to white." Like, I can't do that. I can't. Like, I'm just black. I'm African American. Whatever. You can't change your race. Like, that's something you can't change. You can't change your height. You can't change the way you look. You kind of can with, plastic surgery, but y'all get what I mean. You can change your weight though. That is something that you can change. So fellas, if anybody ever asks you, I don't care, bro. If a woman asks you, how tall are you? You need to respond back with this. How much do you weigh? That's going to kill the whole conversation. Because for one, she's not going to want to talk to you anymore. And for two, she's going to think you're an a-hole. But it is what it is. You can't ask me how tall I am and then get mad at me if I ask you how much you weigh. Because they're both questions about the body. You know what I'm saying?
I haven't heard PHAT in like 10 years. However, it doesn't matter how you identify yourself here because the reason you said as a plus-size woman is to note your oppression points, and the reason you get points for that is because you perceive that other people think of you negatively because you're obese. Changing the language is not going to change how people perceive you,
Exactly.
So anything said during this segment is nonsense.
I'll say fat, and then people will be like, "Oh my God, fat!"
Sorry for the rant.
And then I'll be like, "It's not inherently a bad
No,
word.
it's
It's an adjective."
It's also a noun. The noun form is the one that's not inherently bad.
You.
The adjective form usually comes with a negative connotation. That's why you guys care, and saying that you don't doesn't make it so.
That's the thing. No, but it is kind of taboo because I was like,
She's the
"Oh yeah,
fattest
I'm
one."
fat." Don't say that. You're beautiful. I am gorgeous, but I am.
Oh my gosh, yes, it's obvious. You can beef. I've seen a lot of bigger women. I've seen a lot of fat women that are gorgeous. You can be, bro. I mean, let's not get too crazy here. And I'm not saying you could be 600 pounds, even though if you got the face of Beyonce or like, I don't know, the top model, you could still look good. No, because the fatter you get, your looks just diminish, of course. But there are some BBWs out there that do look good in the face. I 100% agree. You know what I'm saying? It's just a shame that they're that big because they would look a lot better if they were more skinnier, or not even just skinny. I like thick girls, you know what I'm saying? You could be thick, but like there's a difference between thick and fat. There is a big difference.
I didn't say I was ugly.
It's oh my God, bro.
Man, the hard
treat
foods.
it like it's
Right.
That's
So
the issue, really.
it's too true.
But that's not true, and the reason it's not attractive is because it's unhealthy. I think if you get into the anatomy and physiology of things, you'll find that a lot of stuff that we perceive as unattractive are also unhealthy, like a forward-leaning head. That will cause things like carpal tunnel syndrome or TMJ. Bad breath can be a sign of poor dental health or a candida overgrowth. Mouth breathing likely causes you to get sick more because your nose filters air whereas your mouth doesn't. We are also finding out that mouth breathing may cause more cavities, crooked teeth, and poor nasal pathway development. All of these are things that people perceive as physically unattractive. Physical attractiveness, especially when it comes to obesity, is very related to health. But really, the most unhealthy thing that these people are doing is saying that they are fine the way they are or that they are all these great things without having done any actual work.
Exactly. Who, if you don't admit there's a problem with anything, you could be a drug addict, an alcoholic, you can be addicted to watching pornography or whatever. If you don't admit there's a problem, you will never change. And that's the problem. That's why a lot of these people, they have mental issues, because they're not admitting that there is a problem in the first place. And if you can't admit that, you will never change. You will continue to digress in degeneracy, and you will continue to be either a pervert, an alcoholic, or whatever you are. The cycle will continue. You will get worse and worse and worse and worse until you identify the issue.
Such an unhealthy message to send to people. We're all human. None of us are perfect. It's teaching people that you shouldn't need to strive to improve yourself. You shouldn't need to struggle. And when you come across challenges or adversity, the rest of the world just needs to accept that you're amazing the way you are. Imagine if people took that to heart and tried to take that lesson out into the world and apply it to their life.
Imagine if our OGs, the people that fought in World War I, just said, you know what, we give up. They're fighting on Normandy or whatever battle. They're fighting in, I don't know. I can't really even think of it, but y'all know what I mean. They're fighting in the war. You say, you know what, we give up. We surrender. Where would we be now? Where would America be now? What if the Civil War just never happened? Slaves just like, you know what, I give up. Whatever. I just want to continue to be enslaved and treated like crap and having our woman get raped. Like, things would never change. And we're getting so soft as a society in this generation. We're getting really comfortable. You know what I'm saying? Nobody wants to wait. Nobody wants to grind. Everybody wants instant gratification. I think that's why pornography is so addicting to younger men and just men in general, is because it's instant gratification. You don't have to work for it. All you got to do is open Google, type it in, and then boom, you can access millions of videos, billions of videos, and it's just right there. So then you feel like, oh, I don't have to go talk to him. I don't have to go do this. I'm just gonna do that. Same thing with Amazon. Oh, I don't have to go to the grocery store. I could just order groceries on Amazon. Oh, I don't have to go in my car and go to a restaurant. I could just get DoorDash. Everything is getting so simplified and easy in life. The more life gets easier, the more lazy people get. And now people don't want to interact with humans and actually, be normal. And that's why I really wish I was born in a different generation. I love technology as much as I love gaming, as much as I love my car and heated seats and the luxuries of life. Life was way better back in the day, bro. Back in the 90s, back when pager just came out. You had a pager before the iPhone, before the Macintosh, whatever. Before the first Windows came out. Life was way better. And now we're so soft as a society. We can't even define a woman, bro. We can't call people fat. Shaming's gone. We can't call a woman a 304. We can't do none of that. We can't hold a woman accountable. We can't ask a woman how much she weighs, but she can ask us do you make 6 figures a year? What's your net worth? How tall are you? It's crazy, man. It's absolute insanity.
It would be disastrous for them. They would just get hit with failure after failure.
Yes, it's not a coincidence that when I research the people on my videos with these ideas, that pretty much none of them are successful. That's why I call these ideas psychological poison. Being fat or plus size does not mean that we're not active, that we're not nice people, that we're not worthy.
Nobody ever said that. And see, this is the victimhood I be talking about. They think just because we think you're fat, that means that you're just not a human. These people really think that we dehumanize fat people. No, you're still a human. Like, bro, most of our grandmothers are would you say jolly women? Like, it doesn't mean that you're not a human no more. No. Like, they're really demonizing us, bro. Like, it's insane. The amount of copium is insane. The amount of victimhood is insane. And you're not a victim because you can change. You could be a victim of bullying. You could be a victim of harassment. You could be a victim of a murder, whatever. But being a victim because you're fat, it's not a thing, bro.
Like worthy, it really sucks when people treat you differently because you're a size 18 rather than a size 2 or 4.
Well, I don't think that anyone would say that being obese means you're unkind or you're unworthy. But I do think that these people, and this person in particular, doesn't think she's worthy or worthwhile, because if she did, then she wouldn't shovel a ton of food down her throat to the extent that it harms her health and limits her relationship options. And stop the gaslighting. Yes, obesity is limiting your options. You can say you're kind and have a good personality. That's great. But it's not the only thing that matters, and that occurs in other fields as well. When you buy products, you don't just buy for the utility of the product or the personality of the product. You also buy products based on how they look. You want something that has useful functions that also looks good. The example I like to use a lot is with these products here. On the left, we have the OSSC, and on the right, we have the RetroTink 5X. These products essentially do the exact same thing. They allow you to upscale a modified retro console into HD. The problem is that the OSSC looks like a blocky piece of crap, whereas the RetroTink 5X has a very nice, simple, encapsulated design with ports that don't create a huge mess of wires when everything is plugged in. The OSSC has the utility, but it doesn't look good, and therefore it is an inferior product, and I imagine that it sells less units. Another example I like to use is this cake that I make for parties. Not only do people say it visually looks good, but it's also a great tasting cake. It has function and a desirable appearance. But as much as these big companies lie to you by saying appearance doesn't matter, you'd be shocked at the millions upon millions of dollars they spend making sure their products look good. You wouldn't use products like YouTube if they looked like crap. This is why I say things like how you smile matters. That's why eating right matters. That's why going to the gym matters. A good product has to have utility, and it has to be aesthetically appealing.
Facts.
Anyway, that's the end of round 2, and believe it or not, they continue to say ridiculous stuff and undermine people who actually try hard to achieve their goals in round 3 as well.
I think the odd one out is probably somebody who lived as a fat person, but lost the weight. But usually, a lot of the times, people that do grow up fat or go through weight loss journey, they end up being more fat phobic. That's not in all cases. It's not in all cases, but it does happen a lot.
Yeah, it's because they went through the struggle, achieved the outcome they wanted, and you know what they found out? They probably found out that simply putting your nose to the grindstone and doing the work is actually much, much easier than suffering the consequences that you put yourself through by being overweight. They found out that it's not as impossible as the complainers make it seem. Those people are just making excuses. And you know what I've noticed throughout this whole episode, and we're only halfway through, so there's still a lot more of this to come. Literally no one has said anything positive about being fat. It's all negative. I can't buy the clothes I want. I can't shop where I want to shop. I have to get all my clothes tailored. I get cast in roles that I don't want. People don't find me attractive. People assume negative things about me. Now, I didn't show this, but the faker Derek said that he had to quit the math team when he was a kid because he was too overweight to fit into the team vest and he was embarrassed. Compare that to this Jubilee video of girls who are rating their strength where they only have positive things to say about being thin and in shape.
I feel like everyone should lift. It's such a great foundation.
You're gonna feel good about yourself. You're gonna meet great people at the gym, and also it's nice to see what your body is capable of doing.
Yeah, weightlifting rocks.
So tell me, if you only attribute negative things to your condition, then how are you fat with a PH? How is this desirable? From what you described, being obese sounds horrible, and you haven't even gotten to the real fun part of obesity, which starts in your 30s and 40s when you have to take 100 different medications because you have joint pain, type 2 diabetes, and heart disease. All of this is way more work and way more suffering than just losing the weight. But the problem is that these people don't want to go out of their comfort zone and are too lazy to learn how to change their behaviors. But don't take my word for it.
Turning in on that, I really do think that in my personal experience, people that go from being in a bigger body into becoming skinny feel some sort of resentment, especially because I think they tie achievement to what they've done for some reason. There's this very big principle of look at what I've done, and
you should be happy. See, now they want to take away your ability to be happy that you actually accomplished something and you lost the weight, and that's a big accomplishment. Being able to transform your body takes work. That is work. It's almost as hard as trying to achieve your dream job, trying to get 1 million subscribers on YouTube. Those are very hard things to do. And the fact that these people have so much hate that they would take away that good feeling of being healthy and, you know, being happy about your body and feeling good about yourself, just shows you how much they hate themselves. And it's sad, bro. It's sad because I think everybody should love themselves and be comfortable in their own body. But when you're not comfortable in your own body, this is what you do. This is how you feel. This is how you talk. So they'll shame you because they can't get to where you're at.
They push this like American dream-esque mentality of
Honestly. Yeah,
like
and
genuinely,
it's
like I worked hard.
Brother
and I
Mr.
did this.
Pliskin
It's
in the
not
building.
everybody wants to do
Yeah,
that.
and
Not
like,
everybody
that's fine.
Like,
I like how he just admitted that they are lazy, and basically everyone agreed. What's funny is what is said next by this person here.
Like, that's fine. If you want to lose weight, do that. But you don't need to like project that onto everyone else.
The best part of this is that she says that people are projecting, and
What?
then 2 minutes later, she said that she always wanted to be thin.
I think it's difficult too because you know, I grew up fat. I've been fat my entire life, and I've always envied in a way I've always wondered what it would be like to live in a thin body and have people treat you differently. Like I've always
They act like, bro, this is a mental disease. They act like just because you were a fat kid, and I feel like a lot of kids were like kind of fat when they were a kid, you know, you eat sugar, you eat a bunch of candy, you know what I'm saying? You know, you probably get some exercise at PE or at the playground, but you're acting like you were just born to be fat and you can't change it. Like, it's another thing, and I don't know if there's like a disease or something that like you just can't lose weight. I don't know if that exists. Maybe it does. Who knows? Educate me if I'm wrong, you know, correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think that exists. So if that doesn't exist and your body is capable of you working out and losing weight, then you should do that. It's another thing to not be able to lose the weight because you can't move, like you're paralyzed, you can't do anything active, you just cannot move, you're bedridden. That's another thing. But to be able to have the ability to be blessed with arms and legs and a solid mind to be able to work out and function properly, then you have no excuse not to lose weight.
I've dreamt about it.
I love how these people accidentally tell on themselves if you can get them to speak long enough. Joe Rogan says that it's one of the benefits of his podcast, and it's probably why certain people won't come on. It's hard to tell a lie for 3 hours straight. Good liars will say as little as possible. And this person, V, isn't the only one who got caught. Remember how this girl, Marcelle, said that obese people are active?
Being fat or plus size does not mean that we're not active.
Well, here's her saying that she gained a lot of weight because she wasn't active.
So I moved to the U.S. when I was 16, and I started gaining weight. You know, the life here is different. I wasn't as active. I wasn't doing sports anymore. And then I was on birth control. So for me, it was hormonal imbalance that made me gain a lot of weight.
Gee.
Oh, okay. See, now here comes the lack of accountability, guys. She's blaming her weight loss. So maybe let's just assume she was like a cool 110 pounds, which that's a good weight. And she started taking her birth control maybe 16, 17. I think that's when most young women start to take it. You're going to blame that because she's probably like a smooth 300. A smooth 300. Probably like higher 200s maybe. You're going to blame 150 pounds on birth control? So it's birth control's fault, not you, right? Birth control forced you to eat all that, right? I understand like hormones, you know, women, they tend to eat and crave, you know, different things like that, but you can't blame birth control for all of those pounds. Let's be real here.
Imagine that. 2 + 2 = 4. Finally, someone admitting that the sky is blue and not trying to say it's pink. She still had to blame birth control, though. Listen, birth control has its issues, and it might cause you to gain like 10 to 20 pounds, but it's not causing you to gain like 100 pounds. That's an eating disorder doing that. But you see, these people all know the answer. They know the answer is to eat less and move more. She said she gained weight because she wasn't doing that. The sad thing is that because this is an addiction and because a ton of people in media are lying to them and saying that they are fine, they are really only going to make a change if something extremely bad happens to them.
I'm a bulimia survivor. I was bulimic for about 8 years, and I also played volleyball, and it was in theater and stuff like that. And the only reason I stopped throwing up and binging and purging is because I was losing my voice, and I love to sing, and I got nodes.
No, that's the worst.
Shit.
Oh my God.
I went from mezzo soprano to mezzo alto. But yeah, like if it didn't affect my voice, I don't know if I would have stopped.
Yep, that's how it is. This person had an eating disorder, and almost destroying her voice is what caused her to change. Well, she still has an eating disorder, but you get the point. Addicts have to suffer negative consequences before they'll change, and the worst thing people could do to an addict is to prevent them from experiencing a negative consequence of their behavior. Nothing positive will convince them. They have to experience negativity, and that point is communicated here.
Honestly, dating, I've met many guys who were like, I used to be big, so I understand that being smaller is more desirable, and it's just like this conversation just rubs me the wrong way because I've been met with so many people who think like that, and like the worst person I dated was very fat phobic, and they used to be bigger and they lost weight, and they were like shaming me about my body, being like, you know, we'd have better sex if you were smaller and all that.
I mean, it's just it's true though. Like, it's true, and you know, I think a lot of men, and just people regardless, they need to start being more truthful with people. We need to stop sugarcoating. Like, if you feel a certain type of way, you should just say it, bro. Flat out. If you really care about, see, when nobody's talking to you and checking up on you and saying, oh, why are you doing this? Like, why are you drinking this and that? Like, those people don't care about you. But if people are checking up on you about your health and say, hey, you know, I seen you gain some weight, blah, blah, blah. Like, those are people that care about you. But a lot of people think that's negative. No, because if nobody's saying nothing to you, they don't care about you. They'll just let you do whatever. Eat all the food, drink all the booze, smoke all the weed, take all the pills. If somebody's saying something to you, those are the people you need to keep around. Those are the people that care about you. But when people stop talking to you, they don't care. So it's not negative. You just think it's negative because you don't want to change.
Like, oh my god.
No, 100. And it's
See, she doesn't care about the positives, and based on what these people say is fat phobia, she describes what I personally think was probably more so concern as abuse. Her ex was right, though. I don't know why no one talks about this, but being more in shape makes sex way more fun.
Facts.
Not only that, but from the perspective of her past relationship, it is incredibly hard to move someone around who weighs that much, and no one wants to be with someone who is instantly out of breath the second they start moving. Just keep adding this stuff to the list of all the things that suck more than actually making an effort to lose weight. So that's pretty much everything interesting that happens during the game. If you've watched this series before, then you might have realized that I already spoiled the ending in the intro clip by showing them in a red light, which means the faker won. Once they realize this, all hell breaks loose and the apologizing begins.
On the count of 3, everyone can take off their blindfolds. 1, 2, 3.
I knew it. I
knew it. I told a heartfelt story about dating someone fat phobic. You guys voted me.
Okay, can we talk about 1,000,001 reasons why it was?
I'm like, bro, like, for an example, let's just look at Haley. Now, let's be honest, chat. If she would lose the weight, now to me, she's still mid, she's still average. But if she would lose the weight, she would look way more attractive than she looks right now. That's just a fact. Like, this weight on her doesn't do her any justice. Those jeans definitely don't do her any justice. She looking like a ham hock, like a turkey leg.
Derek? Okay, the only one that got me was like the theater. Like, I really could relate with
What's
that.
up,
so
Green
I
Lord?
obviously know that you really were through that.
That's right. I think that was true.
It was true. That's what I'm saying.
That's an important thing. Nothing. There is not a single. Yeah.
What? Why is he like apologetic? The point of the game is to lie and pretend that you're something you're not. Did the fake vegan have to apologize in the vegan episode? No. Honestly, if they're going to get all offended, then they shouldn't have played the game. They are doing the exact thing that is wrong with Hollywood. We, the viewers, just want to watch people play a game. Meanwhile, the producers are trying to introduce some dumb political message that we don't care about at the expense of the game.
I'm sorry to anybody that shared something personal and then, like, because of this, feels like they were lied to or abused. Like, I came into the game with the idea of just having fun, and I promised myself, like...
That's the problem. This is the problem with society. We apologize too much. We can't be truthful without apologizing. A celebrity will go on air, just like Kyrie Irving, what he said about the JEWs with the big J, the J's. You know what I'm talking about? The JEWs. he was correct in what he said. Now, in the end, he still apologized, but that was the truth. And that's the problem. We're always constantly apologizing. For what? They're gonna try to cancel you anyway. They don't like what you said anyway, so why apologize, bro? Why?
I'm not gonna lie a single time that when I speak. It's like I didn't want to
They
come in here and build
farted.
a character.
The point of the game is literally to lie. This is what they signed up for.
I swear to God, if anyone's lying, oh my God, I'm so
For real.
pissed.
After this, they show Derek, the thin guy, going on some really dumb tirade.
I hope that in watching this video, somebody can learn that the horrible stereotype that they have of plus-size people, whether that be that they're lazy or sluggish or they don't eat right or they're not healthy.
Not lazy? Bro, you called them lazy multiple times during the game. Do you not remember that?
Screaming.
Well, I was gonna throw up air quotes, but we all have blindfolds on.
Yeah.
Because they put in the work,
Yeah.
that part being in air quotes, and became into a skinnier body.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, there's this
Wait,
idea,
yeah.
you aren't working as hard.
Yeah.
But, not everybody, but again, not everybody
Yeah.
wants to work that hard.
Exactly.
quote unquote.
Also, you can't be morbidly obese and have healthy eating patterns because overeating is disordered eating and therefore unhealthy, even if they eat the most organic Whole Foods farmers market stuff you can find.
There are people that are plus size that are faster than you. There are people that are plus size that are in better conditions than the average human being.
Bro. He just said there's people that are plus size that are faster than you. Okay. All right, guys. Hold on. Hold on. All right. So, question. I just looked up plus size model on whatchamacallit. Here, I'm gonna show y'all. So, sir, Mr. Derek, this woman right here is faster than me. She's faster. Is she faster? These people are faster than me. They could be faster than Usain Bolt. Right here. This is a plus size model, right? I just looked it up. Right here. She got 4 bellies. She could be faster than me, than anybody in this chat, the average man. Okay. All right, buddy. All right. Let's go ahead and stop the cap.
Challenge accepted. They all want to say they're physically fit and healthy, and by stating things that are obvious, I'm stereotyping and acting bigoted. Okay, what's the prize money in Odd One Out? $1,000? Fine. I challenge any of the obese people in this game, as long as they are still obese, to a 100-meter dash, and if they can beat me, I will give them $1,000. So anyone but Derek can claim the prize. I'm not even that fast, so you actually have a chance to win. And I'm completely serious. If you were in the video, then contact my agent with the email on my About page on my YouTube channel, and we'll set this up, film it, and if you win, you get the money. Let's smash those oppressive stereotypes. Anyway, just for some positivity, let's end this with someone who has a take that is not insane.
I couldn't tell how I had an eating disorder when I was younger and how I overcame that, and then I slowly started drifting back to it, and I'm trying to lose weight now in a more healthy manner.
And look, bro, they call you plus size, so now they're demonizing the word fat. They're saying calling somebody fat is fat phobic. They say men that don't want to date fat women or plus size women or BBWs is fat phobic. And now they call fat people plus sized. So what do we call normal people? What do we call people that are in shape, petite women? Do we call them normal sized? Are they fun sized and y'all are the king size? Or what's going on, bro?
I wish I could have told that story to the group.
Yes, thank you for calling it disordered eating because that's what it is. And thank you for continuing to make an effort to change instead of quitting and gaslighting by saying you're healthy like the fat acceptance people do. All the people who are gaslighting and not referring to this as a disorder are really doing a disservice to the people whose lives are being ruined by the inability to control their behavior. Like I said earlier, the consequences of being obese are much worse than the inconvenience of losing weight. If you actually put in the work to exercise, eat less, and do some YouTube research to make sure you're using the most effective techniques, then you'll see that it's really not as hard as your fantasy makes it out to be. Now, every time I talk about obesity, I'll usually throw in a little weight loss tip. Here's one that I learned from weightlifting. Sleep is actually incredibly important for fat loss. It's been researched. Check out this Jeff Nippard video here. You want to get 7 to 8 hours of sleep per night if you want optimal fat loss. Also, just from a practical standpoint, the more stressed you are from not sleeping, the more likely you are to overeat or eat convenience foods instead of cooking your own meals.
Ha. And he gives you the tips at the end too, bro. That's what I love about Think Before You Sleep. But we're gonna end it right there. I just wanted to say I appreciate everybody that's in the stream. If you guys want to donate to support the show, support the channel, support me, because we don't have super chats here. Hit the Cash App, hit the PayPal. The links to those are in the pinned comment. You'll see it at the top of the screen, at the top of the chat. So let's see. That was Jubilee, right? Jubilee. Okay. 6 black men versus 1 secret white guy. Oh boy. I'll watch this one. Maybe we should watch this one.
Virgin. And I'm a virgin.
I'm a virgin.
And I'm a virgin. And I'm a virgin.
I'm a virgin.
And I'm a virgin. And I'm a virgin. And I'm a virgin.
I'm a virgin.
And I'm a virgin. And I'm a virgin.
I'm a virgin.
And I'm a virgin.
One of them is a liar. Okay. Dramatic music.
Why are you virgins?
I grew up like Christian, so my mom was the main one that was like, make sure you wait, and so I don't know, it kind of stuck with me.
For me, I grew up religious like you, but I'm 20 now, so even for the past 3 years, I'm not gonna lie, it's not the religious aspect anymore. I'm just bad with women.
Keep it real, I'm Muslim. For me, it's like, why not just wait and do it through the Sharia, do it through the deen, because you know, it's not worth going to hellfire for me.
So for me, it's kind of a lot of reasons. One, I was a super late bloomer. I only felt sexual attraction for the first time like 4 years ago. Looking like I do, women usually aren't like bursting to get down on this, so I haven't had anything sort of just like fall into my lap. Yeah, it's not a priority right now.
Does anyone know about sexual transmutation?
No. Ooh.
Essentially,
There you go. There you go. There you go. See, this is the Sigma syndrome. This is the NoFap. All right, so I think this is the alpha out of the group. And you know what? A lot of men from the ages to 20 to even, there probably are some 30-year-old virgins, maybe not a lot, but a lot of young men are virgins, bro. I mean, I didn't lose my virginity until I was about 18 years old, and it's just really hard for the average man to get sex because, for one, women's standards are out of control. 2, a lot of men are maybe religious, Muslim, Christian, or any type of religion that you believe in, and they don't want to. They want to wait till marriage, and they want it to be this holy covenant, and they want to do it with the right woman. They just don't want to sleep with a random 304 that they met off of Tinder, and they sleep with them in the first date, in the first hour of the date. So I could respect that. I could definitely respect the man that wants to wait for marriage, but being married nowadays, it's a lot of risks that come with it. You can get divorced and stuff like that. You can take half of your stuff. So it's just like, it's kind of messed up because these men are going to be maybe virgins for a long time until maybe they go out of the country, Philippines, and pursue a woman out there.
Actually, for the first time like 4 years ago. Looking like I do, women usually aren't like bursting to get down on this, so I haven't had anything sort of just like fall into my lap. Yeah, it's not a priority right now.
Does anyone know about sexual transmutation?
No. Essentially, the desire you have to have sex is a very strong.
All right, Joe, I'm about to end the stream, bro. It's too loud in my house. I appreciate everybody that came through. I'm gonna go ahead and end the stream. It's too much going on right now. I'm gonna end the stream. I'll be back later tonight when it's more quiet because I probably can hear what's going on in the background. Appreciate everybody. I'm out.